Hello and welcome back to On Point HQ and another painting update. Just thought I'd do another update video just to show you what I've been working on over the past week, what's currently on the desk and what the upcoming plans are. So straight into it. And before I start with what I've been working on, when I was going through my late war collection so far, I found this, and this is possibly the model that started my kit bashing journey with my Fallschirmjäger. There's some better pictures on the screen of it now, and what it is, it's a Fallschirmjäger team armed with an American bazooka. Now the reason for this is that when I got the Fallschirmjäger starter box, it comes with a metal Panzerschreck team. Now unfortunately the guy holding the Panzerschreck resembled Major Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark and had a slightly melted face. I'm not too keen on using metal figures anyway. I'm not a big fan of them. So I thought, well, what can I do to resolve this? Now I've got a load of bits, spares and bits and pieces from my US Marine Corps, and one of them was a bazooka. So I thought, well, they're based in Normandy. Let's have a team. It's a Panzerschreck team, but rather than using a Panzerschreck model, they've been looting and foraging and found an American bazooka. I mean, after all, they are based in Normandy, and this might make sense. And I could get away with having a Panzerschreck team in my Fallschirmjäger without using the melted metal model that had arrived in the Fallschirmjäger box. Like I mentioned in the another video, my regular opponent is a very understanding chap, and he would have no problem with me using this as a Panzerschreck team. It's more or less the same thing anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I really like the model, and again, the arms went together really well from the Marine Corps box with the Fallschirmjäger bodies. Very little in the way of kit bashing there, just fitted really well. And I've got myself one plastic counts as Panzerschreck team. So what else have I been working on over the past week? Well, as I mentioned in the previous update video, I've been working on figures to backfill or to bring units up to a complement of 10 per section. Now the first of these is this. This is the completed Sturmpionere, or the engineer section that I've been working on. In the previous update, I'd completed the LMG, the flamethrower, which I kit bashed using various bits and pieces, the NCO, excuse me, and a couple of riflemen. What was left was 3 guys armed with SMGs and 1 rifle and Panzerfausts, and they're on the screen now. With these, this brings the section to 10 men, so that's fully finished now. Fully finished, painted, based, and is ready to rock and roll in future games of bolt action. Really happy with the way this turned out, and I've used bits and pieces from all across different kits to put this together. And again, it's a unique and personal section that I've put together. So yeah, really happy with that. Up next is earlier this year I'd completed. I'd used 4 of the Warlord Blitzkrieg early German figures. I bought these in the sprue sale a couple of years back, and eventually I've been using them as Osttruppen, so sort of conscripted troops from the Eastern Front that have been levied into the German army in the latter years of the Second World War. So I thought these would be ideal. They've got archaic uniforms based on the period that I play. So yeah, so this is what that section looks like. Again, not much in the way of kit bashing with this one. Largely I've left them as they are. They're just the old Blitzkrieg miniatures. The only real change was the NCO. I've given him a PPSH from the Grenadier box, a sort of relic from his time on the Eastern Front. And there's one guy carrying a Grenadier's helmet. But apart from that, no, there's no kit. Very little kit bashing gone into this this section, it's all essentially as is. There are some pictures on the screen now of what they look like. Again, use the same method that I use for painting all my other late war Germans: field grey, Agrax Earthshade, and then basic highlights. And again, they've come up really well. Spent a little bit more time on the LMG team to put it on a bigger base, make it a bit more of a scenic base as well. But again, no real kit bashing there. It's just the straight off the sprue figures, as it were. But again, that's a complete section. This is in terms of gameplay for bolt action, this is an inexperienced unit. They're also shirkers, so getting these guys to actually do anything in game, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, I would hasten to say. But I'm looking forward to using them, and along with the Volks Grenadier section that I've already done, that I've done it in the previous video, it's another section, another inexperienced section. So I want to have at least one of every unit you can have from the kind of the later years, 44 and 45 for bolt action. Now, that's my plan for my late war and my Fallschirmjäger, and I'm doing a pretty good job of it at the moment. I'm really flying through them. Last up is, again, something that's been sat on my shelf for a while, and it's this. It's an Opel Blitz truck. I've put one of these together before. It was I built it in as a multi half track. This time I just went for the basic truck option for the Opel Blitz and popped the crew option, or the passenger option, in the back. If you've not built one of these kits, I highly recommend them. They're really simple to put together, but they're really good. So many options you can use to build them as a half track, a truck, and you can do different sides. You can put a canopy on it, you can put passengers in the back. I spent less than a day on this. In fact, I spent more time painting the actual passengers than I did the actual truck. That truck it went together in about half an hour. Took about 2 hours to paint, and yeah, all in. I've not based it yet. I'm going to be doing that very soon. I want to tie it in with the rest of the vehicles in my late war German for bolt action. But that's what I've completed over the past week or so. What's on the horizon? Well, you've seen the video that I did recently about my veteran Fallschirmjäger section. They are going to be next. I'm going to paint them all in one go, and see how they turn out. Really looking forward to putting some paint on these guys. A purpose-built veteran section. I'm going to go to town on these, give a bit more character that bestows their veteran status. I'm also at the moment working on some more kit bashing. This time a Luftwaffe field division, using bits and pieces for, again, more Blitzkrieg sprues thrown in and combined with more Grenadier miniatures. They're still very much a work in progress, and I've only completed 4 of those at the moment, but they are on the way, and those 2 sections will be next and to be painted up. After that, who knows? I'm really not sure, but I will provide another update once they are done and completed. Well, I hope you enjoyed that short update about what I've been working on over the past week or so. Still blasting through, still using the same technique that I use on all my Germans, and it's working really well. It's just enjoyable. I'm really enjoying painting these at the moment, and I can't wait for the next game of bolt action that I get in. Well, thanks for watching, and as always, take care, may your dice roll well, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.